As he and other special guests give you an in-depth look at the city on the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, today at noon Eastern on SportsCenter. Elsewhere, Steelers wide receiver Martavis Bryant now faces a 4-game suspension for violating the league's substance abuse policy, according to Adam Schefter. The suspension is currently under appeal. Just a side note, folks, Le'Veon Bell will also miss the first 2 games for the Steelers, also for violating the same policy. Stephen A., if this suspension is upheld, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a hit is this to Pittsburgh?
I guess I would say it's about a 5. I mean, you're talking about a guy, he's a big play receiver. He can do some things. There's no denying that. Last year, he had a relatively successful season. I think he had about 26 receptions for 549 yards. That's averaging like 21.1 yards a reception. He's a big play guy, and having him on the field definitely gives them a threat. But I think that they still have enough weapons with Antonio Brown, with Marcus Wheaton. I'm just looking at that, and Heath Miller's still there and what have you. I just think they have a chance to continue doing some things. The first 3 or 4 games of the regular season obviously going to be very, very tough for them because they don't have their requisite weapons, and their defense is going to have to step up. Jarvis Jones, Ryan Shazier, they're going to have to show up and show their worthiness. But it still doesn't negate or dissipate my disgust. You know where I'm going, Skip.
I know exactly where
Another brother who cannot stay off the weed. I cannot believe that these guys are such flaming idiots. And I'm going to say something that's going to make folks upset, but I don't care. If you sat up there and you took a mugshot of every one of these dudes who got in trouble, black, all over the place. Brothers in weed. That's what we're seeing. Now, me, myself, I'm not going to advocate it. Obviously, I'm opposed to it. But I have nothing to say about it to cats who don't get in trouble, who don't lose their money from it. I mean, if you're living in a state where it's legal, it's not compromising your quality of life or anyway, it's your business. But if you are a professional athlete, especially an NFL player, there is ample evidence that you are going to go down. And you do it anyway? I'm done. The sympathy, forget all that. The brother suspended. If I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm looking for a replacement. I'm serious. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you can't discipline yourself to stay off that stuff. It's unbelievable. Now, my last point is this. Steelers will be fine. They'll find a way to manage. I think the combination of this with Le'Veon Bell, who, by the way, owned it, recognized he made a mistake. I'm not even calling out Le'Veon Bell. He made a mistake. He apologized for it, promised it would never happen again to the masses. I believe the brother. He's one of the most sincere brothers in terms of, that came across in my eyes. So he deserves the benefit of the doubt. We move forward. First quarter of the season, I think it's going to end up costing them a couple of games, and probably the division, they'll end up getting in the playoffs for a wild card spot. But I'm at the point right now, the level of patience is just, it's over, man. These brothers, I have never seen a joint in my life worth millions. And that's what these guys ultimately end up costing themselves. It's a damn shame. It really is.
One quick thought on your weed point. Is it fair for me to make the counterbalance point that even though, as you say, it's black, what's the league now? Is it 75% black?
Yeah.
Is that fair to that it is majority black?
Yes, it is.
All right.
You know
Just
why
for
it's
the
fair,
record.
Skip? You know why it's fair, Skip? Can I see a couple of white guys that get busted for some weed? I haven't seen them. Have you? Show them. Take your time. I'll wait. Who? I mean, if the league is 70% black, then it's 30% white. Where's the white guys getting busted with the weed? I haven't seen them.
Well,
a matter of fact, I won't mention the name, but a particular star played in a particular city, okay, and you know what, and had a franchise, you know, with the pizzas and all of that stuff, and you know what they say. I mean, there's a lot of cats out there that joke when you puffing. one of the first things you want to do after is eat some pizza.
Yeah.
So somebody, we're sitting up in there and jeopardizing our careers. I shouldn't say we, because damn it, I don't do it. I take that, but ain't we. Those dudes who do it, okay, they're jeopardizing their careers. And the very people that you said, well, is it fair? 30% of them they're not the ones getting busted with it. And by the way, you got a couple of dudes that have learned how to capitalize on it and turn it into a business venture. Yeah. So, we losing money. Those cats are losing money, and the other cats are figuring out a way how to capitalize off of it and make money for themselves. I mean, come on. Unbelievable.
I'd have to do my homework on this. And,
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, Johnny Manziel's had his issues, maybe not with marijuana. We don't know that for a fact, but he's had his issues,
I'm talking specifically weed.
Okay. Got it.
That's all I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm not talking about the other stuff.
Alcohol
or drugs. I'm talking specifically weed.
Okay. Now from a very serious topic to a not all that serious topic, back to Molly's original question, which is scale of 1 to 10, how much was it just trouble the Steelers are in?
How big of a blow?
How big a blow is this? Losing Martavis Bryant? I'm at a 2, Stephen A., because of all the reasons you gave, and you left out one other reason. Obviously, they also have Marcus Wheaton. You mentioned Heath Miller, but I really like Sammy Coates. I'm not saying he's going to be Martavis Bryant last year, because that was some off-the-chart numbers that young man put up, and he came relatively from nowhere. I don't know what – I didn't follow him going into the draft, but did he get lost at Clemson? Remember, he's at Clemson with Sammy Watkins, DeAndre Hopkins, that Jerron Brown, who's still playing with Arizona. So it was as loaded a college receiver corps as you could ever imagine. And Martavis, who stands 6'4", he weighed 211 going to the combine. They say he weighs like 225 now. He ran 4.4 at the combine, and he didn't go until the 4th round of Pittsburgh. And then it took him a while to sort of earn his way into the lineup with Mike Tomlin, because he struggled in the preseason, and then he just exploded. I mean, you mentioned 21.1 yards per catch. I mean, that's sensational. It's like, go long and I'll hit you. Ben was just bombs away to Martavis. So they're going to lose that game-breaking element maybe. But listen, I watched Sammy Coates a whole lot in college football. The bigger the game, the bigger he would rise and shine, man.
Well, yeah, he showed up.
I think he'll step right into the breach. He won't do it exactly like Martavis does, but maybe as an every down player, I think he'll be at least as effective. So I don't think, obviously, as you point out, if you don't have Bell for the first 2 games, you got big trouble already. And this is all advantage New England, which obviously still could be without Tom Brady in the opener, but this might help level the playing field just a little bit more. But I still think long run, Pittsburgh's still going to be really good.
I think they will in the long run. But the question is, how much are they going to how much of the transgressions of a few individuals going to cost them over those first 4 games? You can end up losing a couple of those games.
You could.
It could cost you a game at the end of the season in the win or loss column, and you can end up being a wild card instead of an AFC North Division champion. That's my concern.
Right.
We'll see if Wheaton and Coates, those guys can step up, and then obviously in the running back position they have D'Angelo and Tree Archer. We'll see if they have to skip a beat there. Moving on, the NBA lost a family member yesterday, the great Daryl Dawkins, a.k.a. Chocolate Thunder.